Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Lawrenceville, Georgia. A historic day at the Grizzly softball complex, and we're joined now by our Grizzly of the day, presented by Jets Pizza on Sugarloaf Parkway, and Miss Kailyn Berry. Kailyn, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Just good?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. That's what I like to hear. Lots of great highlights to get to here. But I want to rewind the tape a little bit back to this past Saturday. Lose game 2 against Cumberland U. That doesn't happen too often around these parts of the woods. So who said what leaving the ballpark that day?
Coach Cat just left us with, it's only February, so mark what you did. We know what we did, kind of took a mental note of that, took it to practice, worked on it, but we really talked about not dwelling on it because, again, it's only February. The season is important in May, so we take it as it is and keep pushing.
And so the Grizzlies pushed on to tonight's doubleheader versus Middle Georgia State. Always a close game, always back and forth, and we got exactly that in game number 1. Grizzlies put up a 3 spot in the third inning. Chloe Goins with the exclamation point with an RBI double, capped off a 3-run rally. You had a vantage point in the dugout, and today you don't know if you're a game 1 starter, game 2, bullpen. There's a lot of unknown for you. How do you stay dialed in to that dugout and to that energy in game number 1?
You kind of just ride the momentum. I felt like today we were having a lot of fun, so I was kind of just riding that wave. I guess it's better when I don't know when I'm pitching. I'll take that as it is, and you just try to keep your head in as best as you can.
And so we'll get to your start in game number 2, but I also noticed, too, like you guys were having a little bit of fun today. We had a 30-minute delay to the game, and so all of a sudden the Grizzlies have newfound freedom in that 30 minutes. What was the vibe like down pregame?
We felt pretty loose. We took those 30 minutes to play some games and, just have some fun. Middle Georgia is usually a team we watch out for, so we made sure to bring the energy today.
And so the energy was brought in game number 1, a 3-2 victory for the Grizzlies. Then Annalise Jarvis comes out of the bullpen in game number 1. We go combined a win for Kailyn James and Annalise Jarvis. They take care of business. All right, cool. Now we get to game number 2. And again, you're kind of sprung into action. You found out pretty quickly you're going to have to start in game number 2. Right. Why do you like that kind of a break glass and emergency situation? It's time to go right now. No time to think about it. Let's go.
Just like you said, because it doesn't give me time to think about it. I just know, okay, it's time to go. I guess I'll just throw the ball. So
the Grizzlies explode in game number 2. Morgan McQuaig has 2 hits, 2 runs, and an RBI. Summer Hickson follows up with a pair of hits, 3 RBIs, and a run scored, and we jump out to a 7-0 lead. What does that do for you inside the center circle?
It makes me pitch so much more relaxed. As soon as I saw we put up 5 runs in the first inning, I was like, okay, well, nothing left to do except for just throw a strike or 2.
Well, it's one thing to throw a strike or 2, but I realized today you had an at-bat or 2. I got to give you a ton of credit. You walked into media day earlier this semester, and you're like, hey, Mahoney, I'm going to get some at-bats this year. Now, I never know with you pitchers if you're serious or not, but, you grabbed a bat and drove in a run today. You helped your own cause. Tell the world how good of a hitter you are.
I willed it into power. I've been begging Coach Cat I'm a junior now, so 2 years of begging Coach Cat to put me in the lineup, and I told her I'll put my head down and I'll work at practice. I will work on it. Just give me a chance, and she did.
And so you got that chance today at the plate, drove in a run, but then the ultimate chance you got was inside that center circle, gets the start in game number 2, and for the 12th time in program history, and for the first time ever, we have a combined no-hitter. You and Annalise teamed up. No runs, no hits through 7 innings of work. A historic day for the Grizzlies in green. When I say something like that, like your name is associated with a no-hitter, what does that mean for you in your journey?
Feels really good because I don't really picture myself. I didn't come out today thinking I was going to throw a no-hitter. I just came out thinking I need to throw my best stuff. We're playing a pretty good team. Just come out here, throw what you can, and surprise.
And so surprise, here we are, a combined no-hitter. We've got more surprises for you here on the Grizzly Digital Network. I'm going to step aside, and in true fashion of a combined no-hitter, let's do a combined shout-outs. How's that sound?
I feel good about
that. All right, KB, you take that seat right there. Annalise, you're going to have to speak up, and the floor is yours. Let's get these shout-outs in right here.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go?
I want you to go first, and I'll take care of the rest.
Big shout-out to my bestie girl right here. She did a really incredible job today, and so she could have so easily, in the 5th inning when Coach Cat decided to put me in, say, no, I'm throwing a no-hitter, let me finish it. But she didn't, and she had all her trust in me, and I'm really happy that I have a battery mate and partner here that trusts me just as much as I trust her. So shout out to KB and shout out to our defense today. They did incredible. We did not have a combined 21 strikeouts, which means they contributed a whole lot to our no-hitter today. So I'm really proud of her.
Great.
Shout out to my parents. They would have been freaking out. They weren't able to make it today, so they were watching. I know my parents are freaking out at home. Shout out to my in-laws, who are also probably freaking out, and I have 50 notifications on my phone right now. So yeah, shout out to my family. Shout out to Reed. He was here too.
Yes. Okay. Special shout out. She took care of the team. I'm going to hashtag back that up. Great job, Dee. I will also like to shout out my dad. Specifically because somehow he talked me out of my head today. I felt really good about that. We had a nice little daddy-daughter lunch, and mark that down, Dad. We got to do that more often. I feel good about that.
Do you go get some ice cream?
We're going to get some ice cream.
So combined no-hitter out of the two in front of your screen right there. Grizzly today, Kailyn Berry associated with Annalise Jarvis too as well. Congratulations.
Yay, go Grizz.
Thanks.